right. This is the Circle K right off of, I guess it's, I don't know, 20. And it has a Bertha. It's an AI clerk. All right, we got Phil Collins on, but I'm gonna see if Bertha will recognize it. It's the smart checkout. These are macadamians. We're gonna try them out. This is smart checkout right here.
Oh, he just wants to check out that. Okay.
Oh, it recognizes it. So it'll recognize the item, and then you just pay right here. So there's 17 different scanners on it. Cost $40,000. The machine did. Smart checkout.
The Krispy Kreme one was $280,000.
I want to show you one thing that it does. You put it here, it scans it. So you can scan it. Now watch this. When you take it away, right here, watch. Cancels it. Grab this right here. And then boom. It'll recognize it. Nope, you're wrong on the price. It's $409.
Hey, man, that's in the wrong spot.
So then it cancels it. That's how they will in the future. $2.99.
You double stack the cookies and it picks up one.
Oh, you can double stack the cookies.
And they do the same thing with the sandwiches.
Edmund, yo. It says love. Love. It's different than his other one. You might like it. He's still kind of waking up.
All right. You have a good one, kitty. Hey. All right, got to 45 degrees Fahrenheit. We're at 208,120 miles on the odometer. It's February 17th, 2024. This is probably either the second or third part of the vlog because I only do 20-minute spurts. But watching some vlogs, I guess his name is Nick Johnson, came through Fort Worth. He was also showing Dallas demographics. He was a real estate guy, or he is connected to real estate. I don't know exactly how he's connected to real estate, but he voted the Fort Worth as the best city in Texas, or along his great adventure through Texas that he did, covering Port Aransas, the whole thing, Houston, Austin, Corpus Christi, and the coast, Padre Island, all of that. So he went all through all these different cities, and I guess he voted Fort Worth. Now, my theory on this, and we're on Saturday right now, so we don't have as bad traffic to show you, but it gets pretty crowded. Fort Worth is becoming, I guess, the #1 destination. So a lot of people are moving to Fort Worth, and that's been going on for quite a bit of time. Dallas also, they have about 100 to 200 people that move to Dallas daily. So Dallas is also very fast growing, but he seemed to favor Fort Worth probably because of its small community compared to the larger one in Dallas, which Dallas is about 1 million to 1.5 million. We don't really know exactly because the census hadn't come out this last year, but Fort Worth is at about 900,000 plus, growing to about 1 million. And Nick Johnson has about 960,000 subscribers or more, about 1 million subscribers. So his show, came through here, or whatever it is, Yeah, I know that Fort Worth is fast growing. It is slower paced than Dallas. I personally have delivered for both Dallas and Fort Worth, and I've witnessed more crime and things like that in Dallas than Fort Worth. But I have to say, from watching his vlog, he did not get all of Fort Worth, and certainly not all of Dallas. But I guess some of the ghetto places, like for one thing, I won't say the areas, but he probably missed some stuff, But it is nice. Now the stockyards, sorry, getting over that cold. The Fort Worth stockyards is very crowded all the time usually. And the hardest thing is parking, which he didn't talk about. But there are areas to park. It's not like somewhere where you just drive up to. It gets real congested. A lot of people in one area, and it can get a little claustrophobic. And they also do bring in cattle and things like that. So he did show some of that. There is an area that he didn't show that you can park, and there used to be a place called the Spaghetti Warehouse. Right below that, there's a whole area of parking. I don't know if they charge or not. I don't think they do. They might. I don't know. Other than that, you're either parking along the road where you have a time limit, or you're parking like at a hotel parking, which I don't know how good that is. So he didn't talk about the difficulties in parking, but it can be kind of congested. I've never been on the dance floor, Billy Bob's. I've been behind Billy Bob's, and that's where I met Willie Nelson. And when I was younger, I was about 19. I met him with another group of actors when we were doing a play about farmers called Rivers and Ravines by Heather. I cannot recall McDonald. Remembered. I remembered. Heather McDonald is her name. And I looked her up the other day. She's an academic. She's done other things. She's done operas and all kinds of stuff. But we did her play, and it got a lot of attention. Now, originally I did it in Austin, and then we came back and we did it in Fort Worth. It led us all the way to meeting Willie Nelson and getting a write-up in the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. And that's not my first one either. I've had a few of them, just in theater and things like that. But anyway, yeah, it was a pretty good vlog. There are places in the stockyards that are kind of overpriced. It is mostly like souvenirs. There's Billy Bob's, which is really kind of, it can get crowded really quick. And if you're going to run into any kind of problems, it can happen there at times. It's kind of like the equivalent of Dallas's Deep Ellum. If you go to Dallas and you go to Deep Ellum, we have the Fort Worth Stockyard. So it's more traditional and westernized. Where Dallas, it used to be like the punk rock hangout in Deep Ellum. He did cover some of Deep Ellum. But it was also a club scene. So in Fort Worth, which is where I'm from, we were always trying to get out to Dallas, which is Deep Ellum, when we were younger. And like my friends would go like 80 miles per hour all the way to Dallas, or like 100, you know, they would speed to Dallas on the weekends. And that was like a big thing. But Deep Ellum has changed quite a bit. It is not what it used to be. It's more commercial, and the bars they're more multicultural. Back in the day, it was like where you would run into a skinhead. It was pretty bad. Deep Ellum, you could, you had to watch your shoulder back in the day. There was horrible crime in Deep Ellum back in the 90s. It was really bad. And, you know, it's still pretty bad even today. There are still cases where things happen. I think there was one case where a bartender got overheated with a parking issue, and a lady pulled out her phone because he was getting heated with her. He punched her and he went to prison for it. That made national news. So, and it was a big case. So I've seen people in Deep Ellum get beat up, like right on the, like I saw this one guy have to hide under a van. All these skinheads try to beat him up. So it's not that way anymore. They're still kind of like, it's still a bar area, but they had a major problem with punk rockers and things like that. And really with skinheads being in Deep Ellum, there were like skinhead groups, and it was a rough place to hang out. Now, this was the time when Kurt Cobain got assaulted. And I think of Kurt Cobain from Nirvana. Out of all their tours, the only time he was assaulted by somebody was in Dallas. So, and also JFK was assassinated there, So you have to kind of watch out a little bit in Dallas more than you would Fort Worth. I just put it that way. I could see why I'd like Fort Worth a little bit better. Dallas does have its rough moments, but it's also, I do agree, Dallas is commercial, and people are obsessed with money. But it's the number one place also to bring a movie through too. People love movies in Dallas. They're starting to be that way a little bit with Fort Worth too. It's a site to bring new art and things, and there's a Fort Worth art scene too. And Fort Worth is also growing in the music industry off of Magnolia. If he didn't cover Magnolia or West Magnolia. I think there was one shot he might have been in Magnolia. I'm not for sure. I have to go back, but he didn't really talk about it. So West Magnolia is becoming like a little Deep Ellum. And I've been through there plenty of time. All right, Casa Manana's Susical the Musical. Looks like it could have sold out. I don't think those cars would be for anything else. That's Casa, and it's Susical. Next month will be the Once play. Mostly for kids, though. That musical's like a children's musical. All right, first one, 5:37, 8 minutes, 2.6 miles. Away from Washington. Next one, 5:48 arrival, 4 minutes, 1.4 miles. All right, next one's Tower in the Sky, 6:33, 6 minutes, 2.3 miles. Don't know for sure if Nick Johnson got the skyline of Fort Worth, like from the Trinity River or from, you know, this bridge right here, which is White Settlement Bridge. There's Fort Worth. And right at the top, I do a little 3-point zoom right there. That's the skyline. We're going to be going to the tower, which he didn't talk about at all, which is a skyscraper in the center of Fort Worth, which used to be a Bank One building. Yeah, it was called the Bank One building. A tornado came in the mid-90s or so, somewhere in the 90s, like maybe mid-late 90s, I don't remember exactly. But it came through Fort Worth, and it just, I mean, it devastated a lot of the buildings. It knocked out all the glass in the Bank One building, and it killed a relative of mine on my father's side. His second wife, her cousin was killed in the tornado, or someone like that. He worked with cars. That's a Trinity right there. And he worked with cars. It's like a car lot or something. And the tornado lifted him off the ground and killed him. He was the only one that died when the tornado came. There was only one death. Who was outside at the time. And I guess didn't take cover quick enough. And the tornado got him, spun him around in the air, launched him up against some trees or something. And it killed him. Anyway, they did have to restructure the Bank One building. Knocked out all the glass and stuff, so that bank just didn't want to deal with it and moved. And they turned that whole building into apartments known as the Tower, which we're going to now. And it's really high up there. I don't know how many floors. I think I asked before, some vlog before. It's a lot of floors. We'll be going to like the 24th floor, but we won't be looking down. You can see it right there. That's the tower. Obscured by the trees. And we'll pass the First United Methodist Church, which is right here. It's a Protestant church that looks Catholic, but it's actually Protestant. That's a sanctuary. It's a Protestant cathedral. And we'll go right into right 555 Taylor, which is the tower. Sorry about that. Getting over a mild case of the cruds. There, you can see it right here. We'll be going right up there, the 24th. Your ears pop as you go up the elevator. The elevator's super quick. You just jump around the elevator, bam, you're right to the top. They got dogs in there, statues of things, all kinds of artwork. It reminds me of New York City. I don't know how much monthly they're paying, but I know it's got to be high. It's got to be quite the number. We'll see it like right here. That's the tower. This is kind of the lobby area. You can see the artwork right here. So they just press the button at the concierge. I didn't even have to press the button when I get in. Watch how quick it is. Hey, that's 22 floors right there. If you want, you can take the stairs down. 22 flights to stairs, but I'm not going to do that. That's it right there. You got 22 floors down that one. 27 floors. I don't know how many floors it is, but it's... These things, man, these things take off. There's a symbol right there. All right, looks like they're having a little problems with the right side of the top of the building. It's not as blue as it usually is. See? It's some kind of computer glitch or something. Maybe some hackers got in there and obscured it so it wouldn't be blue on both sides. It's only blue on the left side and it twinkles. I'm sure they'll fix it though soon. Anyway, yeah, the tower is well over 22 floors. I don't know exactly how many, but it's a lot. And it's been there for a while. Like, it used to be the Bank One building, so I guess it was dedicated to Bank One. Now it's apartments, so they're pretty nice. And they do have a staircase. I think one show, I think I might have went down that staircase. Just to hot shot it around. Look at that sky right there. All right, this is in two parts, 6:53, 2 minutes, 0.4 miles for the first. Looks like we're gonna be doing the parking garage thing. And they're all the way from Ohio. So I rarely ever show the actual, handoff to the, let's see if I can get around this way. To the food, because, well, for one thing, I'll just get into it later. See, this is, they're from Montana and Ohio. I usually just kind of avoid that because, after all, I think all of this YouTube stuff personally is just kind of an excuse to get footage. So every show has their own identity and every show has its own thing as like an excuse to, get some really cool footage wherever you may be, So I don't really bring a whole lot of people, and I have done some interviews. And usually if the person's famous or something like that, then it's kind of a give in, At least they're like, I absolutely don't want to be on your show. I'm like, well, then just freaking sue me, because because that'd be cool getting sued by a celebrity. But then again, if it got to that point, you'd already be famous yourself. You know, it'd just be weird. You know, it would be an odd thing. What if this will let me out? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. For some reason, they have this exit locked off. And it has a little side thing, so I don't really know. I don't know the name of these apartments either. I don't always show that too. Sometimes I do, or I just show the structure of them. If it's convenient and they have a sign and they look halfway decent, then I guess you could use some of it for real estate or something. There's Ferguson's Facility Supplies. I don't know. There's use for everything, you know, and it just depends. But why certain ones are popular than others, there's probably, I mean, they could probably bring it into classrooms and kind of analyze different. I understand the mountain climbing stuff. People that are mountain climbers, they're also YouTubers. I mean, obviously you better hope that gets a lot of attention because you're risking your life on a mountain, you know. That I understand. And there's a lot of mountain climbers that are doing very well. Plus they get really good scenery and they have drones and fly around. But the mundane has its place. I don't think it's terribly mundane, but I do know that one of my Best Buy Apple, oh God, give me a break. Give me a break and a half. Look at this. Yeah, one of my Best Buy Apple ones got 650 views just the other day. But I knew that one was gonna get, I knew when I was doing it, I was like, yeah, this will get a lot of views. So you can kind of tell sometimes. But views, really, to be honest, I could really care less, you know. I'd do it even if nobody got any views, you know. Or if they didn't show other people's views, you know, I'd still do it anyway. Next one, 7:35, 2 minutes, 0.6 miles. $9:26, 3 minutes, 1.5 miles. All right, looks like we got another night of delivery finished up. Now to get back to Linda and Kitty. Where's Kitty? There's Kitty. You ain't a good kitty. You're a good kitty. You're a good kitty. Hello. Here he is. What's that?
What's that?
Oh, you bought the cat house?
No, I gotta throw that away tomorrow.
Oh, you have to throw that away?
Yeah, from the closet. I never
How's
kept
his
the
cat
receipt.
toy?
No, I'm keeping it.
Oh, you only have one.
He
Oh,
somewhat
okay.
played with it.
So he doesn't like it?
We'll get another day. It's $5.
Are you okay? Right, so we are making fish tacos. This is the first part of it right here. And we are going to use a tortilla. So we're going to use also some pepper jack cheese with the fish taco. So it'll be pepper jack, got a little bit of tartar sauce. So I'm going to open one of these, and we'll put it on that. Oh, that's a good idea. To do spinach. So we'll take a little bit of cheese right here and lay it on here because we are going to microwave it, and that will slightly melt the cheese because this just came out of the oven right now. So that just came out of the oven. Get a couple things of spinach.
Yep, spinach.
Oh, that's good. So we use this type of spinach right here. Here's Kroger brand spinach. All right, and we probably want to heat that
Separately.
with the tartar. So,
I needed to.
all right, so we have that. A nice little plate there. Open up our Hamilton Beach microwave. Put that there. That usually will spin around, but it's not going to spin. Go by 30 seconds. Slightly get the tortilla. So we have that, and what we want to do is get a little bit of this tartar sauce. So it requires a spoon. Use this little tablespoon here. Appreciate that. And thank you, Lord, for the fish taco. All right, and there it is. It's a fish taco. Isn't that something? Now we'll give it a little try. All right, so we're gonna try it out here. That is actually pretty good. And where'd you get the fish taco? You got it at Kroger?
They cook quicker than what you think. I noticed that last time.
Right.
I think it says 25 minutes, and it's more like 12 to